Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. How is everybody doing on this Wednesday? If you could put a hello in the chat, tell me where you're calling from. Say hello. Let me know if you are ready to begin. Remember, just as a reminder, I can't see who is here, so I would love it if you just say hello in the chat and just let me know that you can see me okay, that you can hear me okay, and we are going to get started here in 30 seconds. How is everybody doing? All right, all right. We're going to go ahead and get started. Hello, doing great. Dialing in from New York City. Yeah. All right. Welcome, welcome. Calling from Houston. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, great. We're going to go ahead and get started. This is how to use ChatGPT for everyday data insights safely and simply. And I am Aria Rongis. Hello there from Orlando. All right, just a little bit about me for those of you who don't know me. My name is Aria Rongis. I have been in the world of education for over 25 years. I have a master's in digital education from the University of Edinburgh. I'm also a certified professional in talent development. And I also have a postgraduate certificate from Cornell in designing and building AI solutions. I am all about helping professionals find ways to optimize their workflows, automate that drudge work, and future proof your career. And all about AI adoption and helping you have those conversations to make sure that you're implementing AI responsibly and safely and building your AI thought leadership. All right, awesome. Welcome, welcome, Mauricio, Pam. Awesome. Great to see everybody. Thank you so much for joining. All right. So, what are we going to learn today? Today, I am going to show you how ChatGPT can help you with data analysis. And you can have conversations with your data, prep your data through just natural language prompting. You can do this with no formulas, no coding. ChatGPT does this for you. And you can extract insights like a pro, asking the right questions, surfacing all kinds of trends and patterns, uncovering all of this. And the best part is you can actually ask ChatGPT to create these stories for you. We all know that data can be pretty boring. It can be pretty difficult to do a presentation with just graphs. But when you have a story behind it, it makes it come alive and it helps people lead them to take action on that data. Welcome, welcome again from South Florida. Awesome. All righty. So that is what we're going to focus on in the next 43 minutes here. We're going to start with safety first. Very, very important for you to always be safe when using any LLM, any AI tool. Never share any PII, personally identifiable information, proprietary or confidential business data, health records, financial records, passwords, login credentials, anything that you wouldn't paste in a public forum, you don't want to put in ChatGPT or any LLM or AI tool. And this matters because even though you might set your ChatGPT, any of these tools, you might set them to not use your conversations to train the models. There is always that possibility that your conversations, your data is being used to train the model, unfortunately. So with enterprise versions, you have a little bit more control and more safety that the enterprise will put in place, but it's always a good idea to anonymize or scrub your data. And it's always a good idea to start with synthetic data, with samples, with placeholders. And also, you can replace real names with generic labels. And also think of always talk to your compliance department, to your IT department, your AI governance team to make sure that you are not violating or at risk of um, posting any data into an LLM, which can create all different kinds of risk. So, starting with safety first. All right. So, data is super important, right? And as we work with AI and we learn more about AI, we build our knowledge. We also have to, we're not going to become data scientists, but we should have a basic understanding about data. This is just one graphic. You can Google data science and find all different kinds of data workflows. This is just one. And this is just the cycle, the data workflow. What is the goal for gathering this data, the extraction, the cleaning that takes place, the loading, validation, the analysis, the governance, the maintenance? All of that is very, very important. And obviously, in 45 minutes, what we're going to do is just go over a teeny tiny little exercise here on cleaning data and analyzing data. But it is really important. I highly encourage everyone to take a course, take a basic course on data, because data is what fuels AI. So, commercial time, I have a course called the AI Fast Track. The second hour, we spend 6 hours. A Saturday, we spend an entire Saturday together. I bring you up to speed. And module 2 is all about data. And we do a lot of what we're going to do here today and more, so that you understand that process and have that insight behind what fuels AI, which is data. So just wanted to let you know that. And I have a really exciting announcement. My AI fast track I have filled the seats. So I'm super excited about that for April. So now I am accepting enrollment for June. In May, I am going on vacation, but I am accepting enrollments for June. So you can go to my website, futurereadyai.group, and sign up for June if you'd like. Or you could schedule some time to chat with me and I could tell you more. So that's the commercial there. Now, this here, I want to tell you about this opportunity here. It's a free guide. In this guide, I'm sharing 100 different prompts for data analysis and storytelling on my LinkedIn profile. Just click visit my website and it'll take you to my link tree. And then just click this and you could download absolutely free 100 different prompts for data analysis and storytelling. And I'm going to demo some of those, which I know you're waiting, patiently waiting here. So this is the steps that I'm going to take. Always define a goal. Why are we analyzing this data? What's the purpose? What insights do we need? We're going to read and clean the data. We're going to run some summary statistics to describe the data. And again, these are some terms to learn if you're not familiar. The summary statistics are basically a way to tell ChatGPT to give you a synopsis. What are the data points in that data set? And it helps you quickly understand what's in that data set so that you don't have to look at every column, every row, and you could get a better understanding. And ChatGPT does an excellent job, and I'll show you in just a second. The other thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to clean and transform your data. And again, I want you to walk away with inspiration for your particular context, your particular industry, and how you can apply some of these tasks here. And then I'm going to show you how to visualize data and perform a regression analysis. And basically, a regression analysis, again, just to level set, it's a statistical technique that helps you do predictive analytics, right? It's very, very powerful, especially if you're in business, even for education, because it helps you take a look at relationships between different data points, and it helps you predict if this is happening here, if X is changing here, how might Y respond? And from 1 month to the next, from 1 year to the next. So it really helps you get all kinds of insights from your data. Okay. And then something else, you're going to see some coding in the background. And so we don't have to code. ChatGPT has Python built in, and that is the programming language that's used for the data analysis and the data manipulation. And you're also going to see the word pandas. You're going to see it thinking, and that is also the Python library. Now, for data scientists, for more complex data analysis, you can go into Python and do all in Python notebooks and do all different kinds of tasks there. But obviously, this is very, very basic. So just wanted to level set there. This is a list of all the different types of visuals that you can create: line graphs, bar charts, pie charts, heat maps, tree maps, all different kinds, even word clouds. Okay. And then this is again my emphasis here on the importance of just having some basic understanding of data and just critical thinking skills when working with data. This is an excellent article from Harvard Business School about critical thinking skills. Make sure that you identify the metrics that matter most to your project and why that data should be collected. There should be some governance around that. Evaluate that data set for completeness and accuracy, and ChatGPT can help you do that to ensure that it is accurate or to remove blanks or anomalies. Identify the trends and patterns and seek to understand why, so you can have those conversations with ChatGPT about the trends and the patterns to uncover it for you, to tell you why this is happening, to help you recognize biases or errors in your data set. And then obviously, okay, what does this all mean? How do we take action now on this data? And ChatGPT can even help you with extrapolating those insights to help you build a business strategy around your data. And this here is a link to different sites where you can get synthetic data, where you can get data sets that people have shared. And I'll quickly show you because I'll come back to this later. This is a site from Google Dataset Search, and you could search for any type of data that you'd like, any kind of data sets that you'd like. And for example, I'm going to be doing the demo. I'm going to do a demo on digital marketing data set. So if you wanted to know more about artificial intelligence, there's all these different kinds of, I'll come back to this in a little bit. So let's see. And then these are, if you go to OpenAI and look up openai.com data analysis, you'll get links to these two articles that explain a lot of what I'm explaining here. It'll reinforce what you're learning here today. And again, letting you know you can get the prompts from my website. Go to the link tree, go to my LinkedIn, click visit my website, and then you'll see this link and you could get the 100 prompts for data analysis and data storytelling. All right, let's go into ChatGPT. But before I do that, how is everybody doing? Can everybody hear me, see me okay? Thank you so much for everybody for joining, and all the people from all over. Welcome. Everybody okay? Put a yes in the chat to make sure we're doing good. And while you're doing that, I'm going to jump into ChatGPT. Everybody doing great? I see somebody said, wow, regression analysis with ChatGPT. Yes, I'm going to show you in just a second. Awesome. Thank you, Benito. Thanks for joining, everybody. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. So I am now in ChatGPT. And then what I'm going to start off with is I have a newsletter and I have some data that I keep track. I use this tool called Law of 100. And it's just a kind of a motivation tool to keep you going. And I'm already on day 30. I have 30 editions of this newsletter, and I keep track of how my newsletter is growing. And so I have this very raw data. So I'm just going to, and that I've added here to my description on this tool, I'm just going to copy it. And then I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to paste it. And then I'm just going to ask ChatGPT, can you create a CSV file for this data? So I'm demoing this to show you that even if your data is not in any kind of file form, it can organize it for you. Okay, and here is that Python coding that I told you about, that it's doing its thinking. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for letting me know that you can hear me and see, and doing good. Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, so it's thinking here, thinking. And notice that it's going through, it's creating that CSV file. So you could do this with any kind of, let's say you have data that you haven't put in a Google Sheet or Excel, and you really need it to be organized. You can copy it, paste it, and ask ChatGPT to organize it for you. So here it goes. So it created a CSV file of my newsletter subscribers. Now, what I would do is I could download this, right? And it downloads it. But now, just for training purposes, what I'm going to do is I want to show you. I've already downloaded this before, so I want to show you how you can also connect your Google Drive, or you can connect your Microsoft. So you can connect Excel or Google Drive. So I already have this CSV file, so I'm going to click Google Drive. And there is my Google Drive. And let me just check that you guys can see. Okay, perfect. All right. So then I have a folder, data analysis with ChatGPT. And I'm going to look for that AI newsletter subscriber. There it is. So what I would have done is I would have downloaded this, added it to my folder, but I already did that for training purposes, I'm grabbing it here. Now, the first thing I want to do is, even though I copied and pasted the data, I gave it the data and I know what it is, you always want to start off to make sure that it understands, it's seeing it correctly. So I am going to say, what is this data? And can you provide summary statistics for this data? Okay. And so basically, I want to make sure that it understands, that it's reading it, that it's seeing it correctly. Again, it's thinking, doing with Python, which enables it to do the analysis. And there it is. Notice that here is a summary of the AI newsletter subscriber data. So this is the summary statistics. So key stats, total data points, there are 98 data points. Average subscribers, 516 minimum on July 21st, 2024, maximum on April 7th, 2025, standard deviation, quartiles, median, 75th percentile. Now, something else, if you don't understand some of this, because it's been a while since taking a statistic course, you can ask it, explain what this means, explain what the 25th percentile means. What do you mean by this? Explain it like I'm 12. Just give me some explanation here to help me ask better questions. So again, have a conversation with it. So what I'm going to do next is I am now going to ask what insights can you glean from this data? Okay, and it's going to think some more. And let's see. So consistent growth with occasional surges. Your subscriber numbers rose from 381 July 21st, 2024 to 731. That's a 92% increase in 8.5 months, or roughly 41 new subscribers, notable surges. So this helps me see, to think back, what did I do during these time periods that I was able to gain 9 subscribers overnight? And then notice, is it something hit well? Was it a webinar, a post, a mention? In March, I also had 34 subscribers in 17 days. Again, it's giving me all these different insights. You can reverse engineer these peaks to see what content promotions or partnerships may have contributed to the jumps. So all these insights here, growth accelerated over time, took 36 days to grow from 381 to 420, only 18 days to grow from 622 to 731, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to read all of these, but I want you to see the level of depth here of the recommendations. And then notice how it's saying you're building a moat. So something else, it said, it asked me, want me to chart this visually with trends and peaks. So yes, please create. Actually, let's go ahead and jump to, no, let's do this. Yes, please visualize this data. And I'm not telling it the type of visual that I want. I'm letting it decide. And it does a really great job to decide what is the best type of graph or chart, uh, depending on the nature of the data. And it's thinking there. And notice that it creates this visual here and it's interactive. So if you, not all of them are interactive, not all of the charts are going to be interactive. So you can expand the chart. Let me make sure everybody can see. Okay, you can expand the chart and then here you can switch to interactive. And what that means is you can actually click on different data points. And this one here may not be the best, but if you have like a pie chart or bar graph, you can click and get specific insights for specific time frames. And then you can also change the color. So there's different things that you could do. And then of course you can, I'm going to come back here. You can download it and then what you get is a PNG. So let's see. I don't think you could see that. I don't think I could, but you get a PNG that you can export and you could convert that to a PDF, a PNG, and I'll show you in a little bit how you can even ask it to create a PowerPoint. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to collapse this, and then now I'm going to say, can you create a regression analysis for this data? Okay, and again, it's going to project how long it's going to take me to get to 1,000. And I've done this before, and it's been pretty accurate. So I have to say, it's been very, very accurate. So let's see, there we go. And there is the regression. So it's estimating, let's see, this is, again, if you weren't sure what these things mean, you can ask it, please explain. Okay. But this analysis shows you're on a strong and steady upward trajectory per, let's see, let's project count by June 2025, by the end of June 2025. Let me make sure you guys can see okay. Okay, and so again, it's making its prediction there, and in the past, it has been pretty accurate. So I can always write a post and follow up with everybody. So 886 by June 30th. Based on the performance that it's done already. So want me to gamify your growth goals? I'm not going to do that now, but it always gives you different suggestions. So what I want to show you now is I can also ask it what strategies do you suggest for rapid growth? Okay, and then it would give me a bunch of different strategies for that. So 10 rapid growth strategies for AI newsletter expansion. So take this example, apply it to your context. How can you adapt this for your particular goals, and leverage the analytical expertise here from ChatGPT. So notice it says run a 7-day AI challenge, partner with micro influencers, lots of great ideas, right? All right. So now what I want to talk about is um, you can also ask ChatGPT to create synthetic data for you. Now, in the interest of time, I'm not going to do that, but you can literally say, I need synthetic data about XYZ, create some synthetic data. And that's what I did. So I did that the other day. I'm going to add it here. And I created some synthetic data about a solopreneur quarterly business snapshot. So this is just hypothetical data on solopreneurs revenue and growth. And so again, I'm going to start with what is this data and provide summary statistics. And again, I want to let you know that ChatGPT actually created that synthetic data. So it's thinking there and reading the data. And I am going to go back here to make sure I'm following. Okay. So let's see. Here we are. So it says, here's a summary of your solopreneur quarterly business snapshot, a goldmine of insights across multiple business performance metrics. So this data includes 6 months, October 2024 to March 2025, email subscribers, newsletter open rates, course sales, Instagram followers, LinkedIn engagement, webinar signups, hours spent on content, testimonial count, all of that. Now, if you are a solopreneur and you have access to this data, which you do on any platform that you use, even Linktree, for example, all of those different types of sites, Beehive, LinkedIn itself, and I'll show you how to get your data from LinkedIn and do all kinds of data analysis on your LinkedIn data. You can do this, right? So quick insights, strong consistency, newsletter open rates. So what I want to ask it is, can you generate, so talking about creating a narrative, can you generate a narrative for a potential investor and also include visuals to support that narrative? Okay, and let's see what it comes up with. So again, you can adapt this for any context here. You want to create a story to present this information in narrative form rather than just having a graph. You can ask it to do that. And after it does this, I'm also going to ask it to create a PowerPoint, and it will do that for you. And then once it creates the PowerPoint, you can actually edit the design of the PowerPoint. Let's see. Playing with data is the most fun thing to do with agentic AI. Great live videos. Yes. Thank you so much, Kameen. Appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you. Yes, I love playing with data. So, all right. So, investor narrative, scaling a high-touch solopreneur brand with proven traction. So, note this is a presentation that you can, a report, right? Overview. In just 6 months, this solopreneur business is transformed from a lean digital offering into a multi-revenue channel brand with strong subscriber growth, product market fit, repeatable system for lead generation, conversion, client retention, proven demand and audience growth. And it gives you email subscribers increased from 500 to 800. I'm not going to read all of it in the interest of time here, but monthly revenue grew. So notice that it was able to identify what are the key pieces of information that a potential investor might be interested in. Of course, you can tweak this and add if it's missing anything, or say, what else am I missing? Multi-channel lead conversions, webinar signups, course sales steadily climbed. It's giving an entire report of this data. Why invest now? And then persuading them, again, all built on data. Ask 25,000 for team expansion. Now, something that I also notice, it's asking for the pitch deck. I am going to go ahead and ask it to generate a PowerPoint so I can add all of this info to different slides. Okay, so it's going to do that. But the next thing I'm going to do is I want you to see how it can actually do a SWOT analysis, which is pretty amazing. Um, so, what are the strengths? What are the weaknesses of this business? Um, you'll see that in just a second. And it's here thinking. Notice that it's generating the slides, slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4. Does it pretty fast. Thank God that it's doing that quickly as I'm demoing. And so here is the PowerPoint. And let me see if I can show it to you. Let's see. I don't want to get messed up, but it did create the PowerPoint and you can test it yourself. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, but it did create the PowerPoint. This is only my 4th time on StreamYard. I don't want to mess up because I've messed up before switching. Um, let's see, maybe I can. I better not. All right. So let me now I'm going to ask it, can you generate a SWOT analysis of this business? Okay, and let's see what it does there. Yes, and feel free to put in your LinkedIn while we're waiting here. Thank you, Tony. Feel free to share your LinkedIn profiles there so that everybody can connect. All right, so notice this. So here it says, here's a SWOT analysis, solopreneur business from October 2024 to 2025, the strength, consistent audience growth, high engagement rates, and then it gives you all the details, newsletter open rate averaging 42%, multiple revenue streams, authentic brand voice, lean and agile, the weaknesses. Current success is closely tied to your personal investment in time, resource constraints. So it gives you a very detailed analysis here of your business. So you can apply this to your context to do a SWOT analysis, tells you what the threats are, the opportunities. Okay. And then this is just one framework, right? And so it says you can include this SWOT in your investor pitch deck, strategic planning, quarterly reflection, advisory board updates, and then use those visuals, right? Did it do the visuals? Yes, here it is. So you can use those visuals along with your SWOT analysis. Let's see. Do you have to input the code to retrieve the PowerPoint? I tried a few months back and I had to switch Microsoft. No. I will at the end, once I'm done, I want to show you the PowerPoint. You don't. It literally, you just download it. I have not had that issue. But at the end, I'll see if I can share the PowerPoint. But again, this is another example. And so another question that I would ask, what other frameworks? SWOT is just one, but there's so many, as we know, right? What other frameworks other than SWOT would be great to analyze my data? And then it'll give you a bunch of other different recommendations. And I added this question because the 100 prompts that I'm sharing with you, absolutely free, it has over 100 of these different types of questions that you can ask. So this is one of them, right? So great question. SWOT is a classic go-to for growth metrics, funnel performance, content effort. So here's another one for growth funnel analysis, triple R framework. I never heard of that one. Rice scoring, pestle I've heard of, content impact. So again, this is just an example here, and you could just keep going, and it actually is going there. Recommendation. So it recommends based on the type of data that I have what would be the best one. So what I want to show you next is the websites where you can find data. Okay. So let me make sure you guys can see that. So, like I said, this is one of them here. And so let's say I wanted to find some data sets about digital marketing, right? Whoops, digital marketing. Okay, so on this site here called Dataset by Google, it will tell you how many data sets were found. Here's one from Kaggle. That is one of the sites. And if you, let's see, I just want to bring this back quickly to show you. This site here
In this video, we'll show you where
has over 10 different sites. I thought I could get to the article, but I can't. So I'll just stick here. So I've already downloaded this data set. So in the interest of time here, I'm going to come back and I am going to go to my Google Drive again, find it, and it is digital marketing data set. And it's uploading there. And again, I'm always going to start with what is this data and give me some summary statistics. So what is this data and provide summary statistics. Okay. And so you'll notice that even though this is a data set that is public, it has names, right? So the next question I'm going to ask is, should we anonymize some of this data? Should we clean it up? And let's see. So it says the uploaded file appears to be digital marketing research data set, possibly exported from Scopus or another academic data, contains 1,023 records, scholarly articles related to digital marketing with detailed metadata for each entry. So it tells me all of the different key fields, authors, title, year, journal, page numbers, et cetera, summary statistics there. What you can do, so it tells me what can I do? What can I achieve with this data by analyzing it? Trend analysis, topic modeling, author influence. One thing I'm going to ask it is, should I anonymize this data? And let's see what it says. It probably, let's see, yes, anonymizing this data depends on your purpose and how you plan to share it or use it. So if you plan to publicly share it, use it in a presentation where the focus is on analytics, not individual authors, conduct text mining or NLP task where names or IDs aren't needed, comply with data ethics standards, then you want to anonymize it. So it can clean it up. Can you clean up the data? And many times it's not just about anonymizing the data, but also finding blanks or any kind of anomalies. Can you clean up this data set? And it will do that. Okay, and let's see, let me make sure. Yes, no problem, Chrissy. Does anybody have any other questions while we're waiting for it to think? There it is. Let's see here. Okay, so your data set has been cleaned and simplified for analysis. So let's see. Again, I could download it and then save it. I've already done that. So what I'm going to do is I am now going to ask it, what are hidden patterns or trends you can uncover for me in this data? Whoops. Okay, and again, this is an example of different types of questions. There's so many different questions. Also, if you're not sure what questions, ask it. What are some critical questions I should be asking? And have it help you even generate the questions. What is it that I don't know that I should be paying attention to in this data set? So while it's thinking there, let's see. Awesome. So publications per year is something to uncover, document types, source titles, trends. So here's some hidden patterns and trends uncovered from your digital marketing research data. So massive surge in publications from 2015 to 2019. Again, depending on your goal, why would you want to analyze this? How is it helping you? To know this information. Document types reveal research depth. Articles dominate, followed by conference papers. Notable diversity also includes book chapters, reviews, editorials with thought leadership and synthesis, leading journals and sources. These are the most frequent. Okay, so interesting stuff here, growing specialization and the years. So it recommends different tasks. So do you want me to extract and visualize the most common terms, build a timeline? So I'm going to say yes, build a timeline so we could see what that looks like and take a look there. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is show you there we go. So there's a timeline there, and again it's interactive, so you can click on specific points. Whoops, it's not letting me here. Whoop, it keeps going away. But it gives you different takeaways here. So timeline of from 1982 to 2019, and layer in milestones of the rise of social media. So I could keep going on and on and on and having different conversations about it. I'm going to, just in the interest of time, we have 3 minutes. I want to show you when I was before I joined, I was practicing here and make sure everything was working. And I wanted to show you, let's see, where is this one? Let's see. Oh man, I lost it. So basically what I wanted to show you, let me go back, is a word cloud. So I'm going to take some other data here. LinkedIn post. Let me go back. And these are messages. So can you generate, I would have done, the whole, what is this data? Give me a summary statistic. So generate a word cloud based on this data. Jumping ahead because I want you to see the different types of graphics and visuals that it can actually create. So I skipped a bunch of steps here, but just to get you to see it. And again, depending on the nature of the data, different visuals, different graphics will work. But ChatGPT knows which always recommends the best or generates the best one. Let's see. It had formatting issues. Let's see if it could do it. I did it earlier. And there we go. So this was based on some data that had learning coach messages. So it would probably work better with something else. I mean, some of these are not really significant, like timestamp or something like that. But I just wanted to show you what it's capable of doing. So with that, I want to thank you for joining. Let me bring up my thank you slide here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I really appreciate you taking the time to join today. And like I said, enrollment is closed for April, but join the June 25th cohort. If you're interested, reach out and go to my LinkedIn, my link tree, and download the 100 prompts. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And I'll see you around LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.